Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Philadelphia getting... Set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start out on the ground with a J. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They run with a giant, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Now a toss play. It's a giant. Fighting his way through contact. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. He juked him. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Set! Green, 39!
They go play action. It's Rosen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, it's Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And a loose football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Rosen. Steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon. to drop him behind the line, and that's a loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Play action here with Rosen. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. First down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Rosen now off the bootleg. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment. But here, he's one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Rosen. His throw caught. What about the 5? And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go. Straight 15. Lefty.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. Wentz able to hook up with Aguilar for a big gain. 44 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Shorty. Run. Here, shift. Black, come on.
Shotgun now for Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Again, it's Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. In for the score. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff, and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
This one taken from the 7. Nifty move. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And when the defense wins and gets up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get 3 up to midfield. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from the desert after this.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. On third down, Rosen. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Olivier Vernon able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Now a play fake here on first down. And he It's on the ground. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one paramount, because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Gun, 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 gun.
Now a handoff. Johnson trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Detroit, Detroit. Gun, 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 gun. Detroit, Detroit.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. David Johnson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. Santos with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Wentz now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will shave one more off this lead. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he fires one incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find a completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Johnson. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Rosen off the play action. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Here's Ryan Quigley now, standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with a giant. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 20. Hey, Ford, Tokyo.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. To the right side, and he's got Macklin complete. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. This is Ajayi. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Watch it now, Barney.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got room, and I think the ball's out. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. He's got a man wide open. It's Macklin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. Wentz looking very much like his pre-injury self. He's got the Eagles on the move with a 1st and 10. Here's Ajayi. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Go, go. 20.
On second down, here's Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Great, great. Great, great. Shorty, shorty, shorty.
Wentz now to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On second and goal, Ajayi, the lone man in the backfield. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They come up in an offset eye. They run again with Ajayi. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott from the right hash. And this one just a chippy. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Love the effort there. I mean, to get a field goal block in this situation because they knew what was going on. They give up those 3 points there. It's now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that really changes the complexion here in the second half, doesn't it?
It really does. And now you give your team a more than a fighting chance and a little momentum. Terrific job by them setting the tone and picking up their defense.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Green 39. Green 39.
On play action, Rosen sliding out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Caught, right side, Gresham. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. They go play action. It's Rosen. Dancing to his left. And some space here. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back 99 Philly, here
Play action here with Rosen. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Johnson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Rosen now off the bootleg.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just...
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald from 21 yards away. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And we are all tied at 28. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Now it's Ajayi. And an alley to run. Ajayi's going to go. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ajayi with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Eagles have moved out in front. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week one, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle that time by Sidney Jones.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They go to Johnson again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And now it's Rosen looking. And this one's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Rosen. Being chased out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty. From the gun, it's Rosen. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This one taken from the 7th. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Here we go. Let's move it. Black, come on. Shorty. Lion.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking left side. That's caught by Macklin. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Let's 20. 82. Shorty.
On play action, it's Wentz. Trying to lay one up deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And some room to maneuver. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Sunday. Here we go.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Going for the deep ball. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This for the lead in the final stages. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting. And
oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Another costly turnover, their second of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
It's football.
Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Wentz. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Back to throw, Wentz. And he's got the hook up to Macklin. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And Elliott puts this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. The wideout Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Johnson, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. He'll look to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
Get
right?
your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands out. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now it's Rosen. He's going to let it fly. They've got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards. Rosen to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing now is Rosen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Eli Apple, and he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Philadelphia, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.